Hi, I'm Arthur. The number of domestic violence cases is rising in Germany. Only in 2020, there were more than 150,000 recorded cases, but the actual numbers are several times higher. Many of those affected are scared to ask for help because they think if they do, they may lose their legal residence status, which depends on their husband's or wife's residence permit. Is there a way out of this? Today, we will discuss the topic with Taisia Suturmina from the project FEMOS. Hi, Taisia.
Hi, thank you for the invitation.
What is independent right of residence for spouses or eher unabhängige Aufenthaltserlaubnis?
Independent right of residence for spouses according to Section 31 of Residence Act is a special residence permit for those who live in Germany according to the right of family reunification. When you come here for family reunification, your right to stay here depends on your husband's or wife's right to stay and your marriage. And very often there's a question, what to do and what happens to your right to stay in case of your husband's or wife's death or divorce and the end of relationship. That is why independent right of residence for spouses exists, to give people an opportunity to get their own independent residence permit. According to independent right of residence for spouses, you can keep the same rights you already hold afterwards. You can continue to work, study, or do an internship as well. This type of residence permit is valid for 1 year and can be extended.
Why is it so vital to talk about it?
Because only a few know that this opportunity exists, and you can get out of a relationship that is not working and obtain a residence permit independently.
In which cases can one obtain this type of residence permit?
The first condition is that you must be living in Germany according to the right of family reunification. That means you would come here to reunite with your husband or wife. And the second condition is that you must have lived together as a married couple in Germany for at least 3 years. But the 3 years rule does not apply if your spouse is deceased.
Is it easy to obtain such a residence permit? Are there any simplified procedures for it?
The 3 years rule does not apply if in your marriage you or your children are suffering from domestic or psychological violence, or in case the marriage was a forced marriage, or if your husband or your wife forces you to commit a crime.
Should the person present some evidence, or can they just go and ask for help?
This is very important. Have the physical and psychological violence attested. You need to prove that you were suffering from violence.
Let's imagine a situation. Somebody faces domestic violence and wants to leave the relationship. Where should they search for help? What are the first steps they should take?
There are a lot of counseling centers in Germany from which you can seek help for free. They can help you in difficult situations. Some of them specifically support women because women are more often victims of domestic violence. And there are specific counseling centers that help migrants. Also our project, FEMOS, which is supported by the Federal Commissioner for Migration, Refugees and Integration. We provide advice on social media channels to female migrants, also in Russian. It is essential to inform the immigration office that you want to change your family status and apply in a free-form letter for independent right of residence for spouses in Germany. The Section 31 of the Residence Act applies to both spouses. If your husband or wife has a permanent residence permit or EU permanent residence permit, you can apply for the same and have the right to obtain your permanent residence permit if your livelihood is secured.
При условии, что ваше финансовое положение гарантировано, ваше финансовое обеспечение гарантировано.
Thank you very much for this detailed interview.
Спасибо.
Thank you.